Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucia and this is Lulu's Leaves.
I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. And I feel misunderstood cause I'm trying hard to love.
Today's video is going to be a little bit more personal than my other videos have been in the past. Today I do want to do a little bit of a Q&A, and I'm also going to be showing you guys some growth updates. As you guys know, I actually have never done a Q&A on this channel, which is surprising. I've tried to do it so many times and I'm just so nervous and I don't know why. But today I feel like I just owe it to you guys to tell you a little bit more about myself and my plant journey. So with that being said, before we get into today's video, I do want to announce the winner of the first ever Amazon gift card giveaway. The winner is 772003L Hansen. All you have to do to claim your prize is email me at lulusleaves@gmail.com and I will send over your gift card. The next giveaway will start on my next video, so stay tuned for that. But don't forget to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment to help me out. But that's going to be all of the blabbing before we get into today's video. So I asked you guys over on my Instagram if you had any questions for me, and I really wanted to go through them and just explain a little bit more about myself. I am going to do like one question and then one growth update. Hopefully that's a good kind of way to organize this, but I didn't have anything to repot, so unfortunately I can't really multitask and talk about two different things at the same time. So that is what you will be getting from this video today. So I will start off with a planty question. There are some personal, some planty questions, but the first question is from Jungle Mel 2019, and she asked what my #1 wish list plant is right now. And it's actually really difficult to answer this question. I have a lot of plants that I'm super interested in. I would say a Syngonium of some sort. I really like the Starlight Syngonium and the red spot tricolor. I mean, doesn't everyone want that one right now? But it is really expensive, so probably not going to happen. I'm also really interested in a strawberry shake, but again, these plants are really expensive, so I am hoping to find a trade. All right guys, so the first update I wanted to give you is actually not a growth update, but it is a new plant update. This is my beautiful new Syngonium Pink Splash. This is one that I have been wanting for a really long time now, and I am so excited about it, honestly. I think it is so cute, and the type of variegation that it has is exactly what I wanted. It has a really nice splotching on these newer leaves, but then below it also has some half moon leaves. So hopefully we get a nice mixture of the two. Again, I think this is so pretty. I love the contrast between the bright pink and the green. This is one plant that you really do always get like a nice pink color on, rather than some plants like a pink princess where you don't necessarily get that same pink. I was gifted this plant from Lori at Secret Garden. This was so sweet of her. She knew that I wanted this plant for a really long time, and yeah, she was just so sweet. And I bought this pot also from Secret Garden. It was $15. And I love it. I think this combination is so cute, and I couldn't help but put it with all of my other plants in their white pots on the IKEA dresser here. I also love that it's like nice and compact. It's like a shorter plant. But yeah, Planty Ange asked me, what is your #1 hobby outside of YouTube and plants? Honestly, I am super into horseback riding. You guys know I have a horse and I ride in the summer a lot, and I compete. I do the Hunters. The Hunters is a little bit more of a slow-paced jumping style, but it is really fun. And yeah, I would definitely say that is my favorite hobby outside of the plant world. I also love singing, which obviously I haven't really gone into on this channel at all, but I don't even know how people sing on YouTube. Doesn't it get you demonetized? I don't know. But maybe one day you'll get a little slice of that, who knows? But yeah, I do really like singing as well. Next up, I want to go into the cabinet here. There are lots of really awesome updates going on in here. I'm gonna shut the fan off. But in here, we have my El Chaco Red. This is the newest leaf that it put out, and it was a really nice sized leaf, but the leaf ripped, which is really unfortunate. But this next leaf is gonna be perfect. I'm so excited. I kind of ripped the sheath off so that it didn't get stuck in it, because it's really been struggling getting out of the sheath, even with the high humidity in here. But yeah, this one's gonna be a really nice size as well, and it's also really beautiful and perfect and really red. So that is going to be a really, really exciting leaf. You can see it there, it wants to start unfurling, but I wasn't gonna risk it. I didn't want it to possibly break off like this leaf almost did, because that was kind of a panicky moment for me. This leaf is so beautiful, and I would have been so upset because the leaf before it broke off too. So if this one did, it would have been 2 leaves in a row that broke off. But philodendrons are tricky like that, so what are you gonna do? I'm just really happy about this new perfect leaf coming out. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but a Cleo Fee asked, how did you start working at a plant shop? I get this question a lot. I know that a lot of you would probably love to work at a plant shop. I definitely wanted to before I got into the job that I am in now. The truth is, I just created a really close relationship with the owner, Lori. I used to buy plants from her before she had her shop. I don't know, we just got along really well, so that's kind of how I made that relationship. And then when she opened her plant shop, I went and did a tour at the plant shop, and it was super fun. Again, we got along really well. And so when she was looking for some help, because obviously there's a lot to do at a rare plant shop, there's tons of acclimating going on all the time. Cuttings need to be made, and also the front needs to be watched. So when she was looking for someone, I was there. I always expressed the interest in possibly wanting to work there, so she knew, and yeah, it just kind of worked out. I did know a lot about houseplants at the time. I know a lot more now from learning from her, but that is kind of how it came about. We were just friends, and then she opened her plant shop, and I needed a job and she needed some help. So yeah, I would say if you're looking to get a job at a plant shop, make it known that you want to work somewhere like that, and try to make a good connection with the owner or whoever would be hiring, and see, just wait it out. I had to wait it out a little bit, and maybe your dreams will come true. I also have some really awesome updates about this Hoya Bella propagation little cup here. I don't know if you guys remember, but before I moved, I made a video just trying to save this plant because it was definitely not doing well. And it had spider mites, all of the above. So I chopped up my 2 Hoya Bellas and put them in this propagation jar. And since then, I have lost a few of the propagations, but most of them have actually rooted and are doing well. This guy here is even pushing out some new growth, the single Alba marginata that came back there. A lot of these ones did die off, but I was able to save quite a bit of the Louis Bois. Anyways, it is really, really looking good, and that is all new growth there on the top. So I'm really, really excited that this one didn't die off completely, and I don't know, it almost looks like it still has spider mites, but I don't see any, so I will treat this one once the leaves have hardened off a little bit more and they're not as delicate. But this is looking much better than it was before, and all of these have rooted really well into the moss. So yeah, hopefully I can pot this Louis Bois up individually eventually, but I think I'll keep this guy in here until it grows quite a bit and I can propagate it more. The Planted Carly Flower asked, how did I meet my boyfriend? And we actually met in high school. We were in the same English class in grade 11 and grade 12, and I think we had some other classes together too. But we went on a date in grade 11 and then kind of just went our separate ways for a little bit, and then at the end of grade 12 we got back together and we have been together ever since. We went to our prom together, and yeah, it's been really, really nice. And now we're living together. We go to university together, and it's a really good time. But yeah, I feel really lucky to have been able to meet him so early in life because he's awesome. This guy back here is honestly one of my biggest successes right now. This here is a Syngonium Wendlandii. And when I put it into this cabinet, I promise you it only had 6 leaves. And now I believe it has 10 leaves. This plant put out 4 leaves in less than a week. It might be a week now, but I am not joking. All of these leaves have unfurled and are looking really, really good. I love this plant so much. I think it's so cute and bushy, and I'm so proud of how quickly it's grown in here. Again, if you guys haven't watched my cabinet video, just me talking about the pros and the cons, and if I really do approve of it, go watch it, but you guys probably already get the gist of it. It's pretty amazing. She also asked if I could have any job in the world, what would it be? And honestly, this job that I have here on YouTube and at the plant shop, both are dream jobs for me, at least at this point in my life. I have always kind of been interested in YouTube. I did do some makeup on YouTube. I think I've hidden those videos now, but yeah, I always wanted something to work out for me on YouTube, and with plants, it kind of just took off and I ran with it. So YouTube is definitely my dream job, and I'm living the life right now. So thank you to all of you guys, because you are the ones making this happen for me. And then an update on my variegated Monstera here, the sport variegated Monstera. I did actually chop this one up, but we're getting 2 new growth points since chopping it, which is better than I could have asked for. I was expecting it to just push out new growth from the auxiliary bud where I chopped it, but again, it's putting out 2 new growth points. So that is very, very exciting, and again, much better than I could have asked for. So I will keep you guys updated on those on my Instagram for sure. And then once the leaves actually come out, I will show it in a video. But yeah, this is a very exciting update because I don't know, we're gonna see if these come out nicely variegated or not, but I am pretty hopeful considering how stably variegated this plant has been for me. Breeze Plants asked me if I could only have one plant for the rest of my life, what would that plant be? And I can tell you right now, I know exactly what that plant would be at this point in time, and I will show you. This here is my Ring of Fire. You guys know I've been blabbing about it here and on my Instagram. I am obsessed with this plant. It is doing so well. It has like 8 leaves and it came to me with 4 or 5 leaves. So I think it loves me too. I think this plant is so beautiful and the variegation is just so cool and variable. So yeah, definitely my favorite plant right now, and one that I don't think I could live without. Another really exciting update is this Aetherium Vti Leaf. This is the size of it right now. It is doing very well and looks pretty perfect if you ask me. I have been really good about not touching it. I think that's the first time I've touched it, but I think it's gonna be a big one, just like this leaf here. I think this is the largest leaf on this plant, but it hasn't started to turn green at all, which means that it's definitely going to continue to grow. Usually they're even still growing once they're almost completely green. So I am really hopeful that this one will just continue to get longer and maybe not wider. I actually really like the skinny, long look on these guys, but this is definitely a plant that I was waiting for some new growth on, and I'm so excited that it's working out nicely. But seriously, look at all those freaking abs on this plant. It's like an 100 pack. Tropical Foliage asked me, how do I negotiate a trade? This is also a really great question because I do a lot of trading and trades seem to work out well for me. So Typically what I will do is if I see someone looking to trade one of their plants and I really want it, I will go around my plant room, take a bunch of photos of plants that I could potentially see myself either cutting, or if I have cuttings already growing, what I feel like I could give away. Just see what you're willing to part with and take lots of photos. And I find that works better than asking the other person what they're looking for, because they may say a few plants that they're looking for, but if you have something that they just didn't think of and you have and you're willing to get rid of, that's typically when the best trades happen. So honestly, just take pictures of everything you're willing to trade off and send them over and see what can be done. Another great way to go about it would be to post an in search of picture on your Instagram or on a Facebook group and see if anyone has that plant, and then follow those steps and go from there. So you can either ask for it on your side, or if you see someone with a plant you want, you can go to them. But that's basically how I negotiate my trades, and usually they work out really, really well. This here is my Hoya Pubic Pink Silver. This is also a really exciting growth update for me, at least. I propagated this guy because it was not doing much in the soil that it was in or attached to the plant. So I wanted to cut it up and see if I could get some new growth out of it. The mother plant has not started to grow yet, but it did force some new growth on the cutting. So we have lots of beautiful roots in here. I do need to top up that water a little bit, but look at these beautiful brand new splashy leaves. This plant just puts out the most stunning Hoya leaves ever. But yeah, this is just a quick little update I did want to show you guys because I think it's so adorable. I think the last question that I am going to answer for you guys is from Bailey Bird Sal. She asked, what is the most you have spent in one day on plants? Just plants, not non-living things. Okay, so this is a good question. I'm gonna say it was probably around $400. There were times where I would buy a lot of common plants and it would be about that in the beginning of my plant journey when I was off the chains. But now I would say that would be the top of what I would spend on like a single rare plant. Typically, I don't spend a whole lot of money on plants compared to what some people will, because I do a lot of trading. I personally just don't have the money to spend on really expensive plants. So I would say $400, give or take. I said I wasn't gonna do another question, but there's one that I did want to cover because I think it's a really important topic, and it's also from Tropical Foliage. She asked, have you ever gone into debt for plants? And if so, how did you break the cycle? This is a very important question to me because I don't think that anyone should go into debt over a plant. This is a hobby, and I mean, if you really want to, no one's gonna stop you. Personally, I just think there are so many better ways to save up for plants. If you really want a plant, there's gonna be more than one of them usually. So what I recommend doing is definitely saving up a little bit of your paycheck every single month and eventually purchasing that plant when you can and when it's feasible. But I don't personally buy any plants on credit. Yeah, if you wanna pay that credit card off that month or maybe within 2 months, that's probably fine. But I don't suggest going out and putting a $1,000 plant on your credit card and then not being able to pay that off, because that's just not smart in my opinion. But you do you. I just personally would never go into debt over a plant because they're just plants. All right, guys, well, I really hope you enjoyed this little Q&A / growth updates video. I hope it wasn't too choppy. I am sorry. I hope next time I do one of these videos, I can at least do some repotting for you guys. But yeah, hopefully this was exciting enough. If you won this week's giveaway, do not forget to email me. I will get back to you as soon as possible and I will send over your gift card. But that's going to be all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below. But enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.